Hello, welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. My name is Dr. Dare, Dr. Frederick Dare, and I would like you to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, and if you could, hit the little bell at the bottom and so that you'll get notifications on all my new videos and episodes. So today we're talking about black-owned businesses. Black-owned businesses. I love to see black people thriving and becoming entrepreneurs and owning their own business. But there's this little thing called customer service that I see in a lot of black-owned businesses that could use a little pick-me-up. Okay, and I've been doing customer service for 20 plus years back in the day, and I just know a little bit about it, and I wanted to share just some tips on how to improve customer service for black-owned businesses. I mean, this can be used for other businesses as well, but I'm focused on black-owned businesses today because there is a disconnect in three things that I noticed. And one is the staff, two is the product, and three is that facility or the business location itself. And so first, I want to talk about staff. So what I've noticed, I'm going to do a little self-disclosure as I do in all my videos. Well, I'm thinking about a month back, me and some friends went to a festival, predominantly African American festival, and one of my friends walked into a booth owned by a black-owned business owner. And so my friend pointed at a product and was like, "That is very nice." Well, the person in the booth was just on her phone like this, and my friend said, "Oh, how much is this? This is very nice. $20. And she put her head back down into the phone as if he didn't exist. So he just walked out and was like, "I don't understand." And I've had an episode when I've walked into a black-owned establishment and walked in and the clerk was like, "What do you need?" I was like, "What? I just want to shop. What do I need?" As if, "What are you doing in here?" And so I just kind of walked out. Like, I guess I don't need to be in here then. And this is my disclaimer. This is not all black-owned businesses. These are the businesses that if you've ever went into them and you've experienced these type of scenarios, then that's who we're talking to. And so I don't want to bash all black-owned businesses. That is not what I'm doing. I'm here to help to improve the things that I saw. So the first thing we want to talk about is the staff. Make sure your staff is greeting your customers when they come in. I don't want you to say, "Hey brother," "Hey sister," because I don't think that's appropriate. And the reason I say that is because what a cliche that I see all the time is that black-owned businesses doesn't mean cheaper or you get a discount, right? And I agree with that. Just because it's a black-owned business, you shouldn't expect to get a discount. But when you're greeting me as brother and sister when you walk in, "You're my brother, can I get a discount?" So what I'm saying is you set that tone in your business. When you say, "Hey brother, hey sister," cut that. Drop that. Unless you've known this client or this customer for years and years and y'all are on that level, then that's fine. But when your staff is seeing a new client come in or a new customer come in, don't greet them, "Hey brother, hey sister." "Hello, how may I help you?" is appropriate. That's number one. We're working on the staff because we want them to come back because that's your income, that's your money maker, is your customers. So you want them to feel comfortable. Another thing, if your staff is having a bad day, they have to learn to leave that at home because that how can I say, that aura comes off onto people when they come into your store. You can tell when someone doesn't want to be at work. You can tell they don't speak. I've experienced that too. You just walk in, and this is at any store. You walk in, and the person is just, they don't even. I've been in lines. The cashiers ring me up. She hasn't, or he hasn't said a word to me, and I'm thinking, okay. And see, with me, if you don't say anything to me, I'm not going to say anything to you. I'm just going to let the business transaction take place, and I'm going to be out. But the next time I come in the store, I'm going to make sure not to get in your line or your checkout line. You feel me? So make sure you leave that, and that's it, any business, leave that bad day at home. We all have them. Or if you are the business owner and you know someone's having a bad day, check in with them and say, okay, I would prefer you do stock today or something, or clean the floor or something to keep them not in contact with your staff. That's the staff. Product. And when I say product, I mean, if you're a restaurant, you're selling food. If you're a clothing store, you're selling clothes. If you're a retail store, you're selling clothes and electronics and whatever. That's your product. And so I'm going to start with the restaurants. Because what I've noticed, and I'll share an experience that a friend of mine has, and he'll know who I'm talking about when he hears this. So he decides to go to a black-owned business, the business wasn't frequent. No one was really going into that business very often. And he goes in there and he orders, I think it was fish or something like that. And so he said it looked like the product hadn't been moved in a long time. And so he ordered it. And that night or that morning, I don't remember, got bad food poisoning to where his tongue was like black. And he had to go to the doctor and get prescriptions. So that leads me to this product. Okay, so business owners, please monitor your products. So if you're making corn and you're making your mama's black eyed peas and collard greens and macaroni and cheese or potato souffle, or whatever the recipe is, if you need to give that recipe a deadline, if you're making that, say if you're making your mom's black eyed peas every week and they're not selling, and you keep sticking it back in the refrigerator and pulling it back out because you don't want to waste this product, don't keep making it. It's not good. I'm sorry, Mom. The black eyed pea recipe. Sorry. It's not good. Don't keep making it. Replace it with another product. And that's my point. If the product is not moving, don't keep making it. Give your products a deadline. Say, for instance, 2 weeks and this product hasn't sold. Don't make it no more. Find another recipe. Make another product. Got that? Another thing, keep it clean. And we'll talk about that when we get to the facility. But keep your products looking fresh and clean in the restaurant. Retail stuff. Don't let clothes that should be on hangers be on the floor or be thrown across a rack or be... Clean that up. Make sure that your product looks presentable. Make sure the packaging is presentable when people come in your store. And this is going to connect with the staff. Make sure your staff is knowledgeable about your product. Make sure they know what's on sale. Make sure they know what the special of the day is. Make sure they know what's in the recipes that you're selling. Make sure they know a bit about the business. Because I've had customers where they would come in and say, well, how long have you guys been in business? And how long, and who's the owner? And make sure your staff is trained and they know this information. So that it looks like you guys are on top of the game. That's for product. Next is facility or place of business. Make sure it is clean. It can look like a hole in the wall. I used to eat at this taco place. It looked like a hole in the wall, but it was clean when you went inside, and the food was awesome. It's not about that appearance, Because once you get a reputation that your food is the bomb, that it is good, that you just eat it all up, that place, oh, I could go there now. But make sure that your place is clean. Salt and pepper shakers are clean. Table, people are not walking in and there's sticky stuff all over their table. Yeah, make sure the counter is presentable. The kitchen, it looks clean. When somebody just looks back there and see, look, you want them to see a clean kitchen. I don't care if the place is not beautiful, but if it's clean, people are going to continue to come. Also, make sure it's organized. There's a line for people to order, and there's a line for people to pick up their food. Don't have chaos up there. Make sure your staff is again, make sure the staff is trained on how the business is going to flow when customers come in. And that's kind of more restaurants. But even with the clothing, we already kind of discussed it, the retail who sells clothes, electronics, or whatever. Make sure it's neat. Make sure there's some organization, that if someone says, where is the electronics section? You can say electronics section. Or where are men's clothes? Where are women's clothes? You get my point. Just make sure it's organized. Make sure your staff knows where it is. You don't want someone to come in and ask a staff something and they just, where is, get them on top of that. Opening and closing of the store. If you say you're going to open at 11 o'clock, open at 11 o'clock, not 11:15. If you're closing at 8, you say you're going to close at 8, don't close at 7:30. Be consistent with those hours. Because if you're not consistent, your customers are not going to be consistent and they're not going to come in. Make sure your menus are up to date. Make sure everything that you have on the menu is available. If it's not available, let your staff know it's not available so that they can tell the customers before the customer goes to order this thing and it's not there. You want to be consistent all the way around in every aspect of your business. And I know some of this stuff is common sense to some people and some people it's not. But I just wanted to address, because there's rumors in the community of, yeah, black-owned businesses, I try to support them, but every time I go there, I get disappointed. You don't want your business to be labeled that. And again, this is not all black businesses. So, the tips I'm going to leave you with. So, that was how to improve customer service for black-owned businesses. So, I gave you staff information, I gave you product information, and I gave you facility or place of location information.